What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our ACC football channel. We've shown you the 2020 schedule for the North Carolina Tar Heels. Now we're going to give you the projected record based off of that strength of schedule, based off of the just what I think the general consensus is for each of these teams. Again, not a prediction video. Sure, my thoughts are in this a little bit, but our prediction is probably going to be a little bit different. These numbers, again, are very conservative, just kind of a very conservative projection for each of these teams. This is a scale that we use. If it's a green game, that means 99%. We think there's really almost no chance they lose. 80%, that's a game where they're going to be favored by double digits. And then you have 60%, that's a game where they'll be favored, we think, by about 6, 7, 8, 9 points, somewhere in there. And then the 50-50 games, those are games that we could really see going either way, games where we think the spread is going to be 4 or less points somewhere in there. So let's get right into the schedule here for North Carolina and see how it's projected to turn out for them. We got a couple of easy games on there. James Madison, UConn. UConn might be a little closer to 80% than 99%, but it doesn't really matter because 80% and up, that's all considered a win when we do our projection at the end. So James Madison, UConn, 2 easy games here on the schedule that they should win. And I don't think you can put anyone else in this category. Again, UConn is really borderline. I'd probably put them more like 90%. And that's the thing with North Carolina, just like if you watch the Virginia Tech video, that it's tough to do this one because these next slate of games, Georgia Tech, Duke, Boston College, NC State, those are all really probably closer to 70% than they are 60%. I think North Carolina will be favored by close to 10 points in all these matchups. But we're, again, going conservative with these projections. Kind of like what the FBI does. The FBI is a more conservative approach to a team's record. But yeah, Georgia Tech, Duke, Boston College, NC State. I think North Carolina has a very good shot to win all 4 of those games. If you ask me right now who will win those 4 games, I would tell you North Carolina. And I don't think I would even have to think about it too much. I mean, I think North Carolina will clearly be better than Georgia Tech, Duke, North Carolina State, and Boston College. So that's just my personal opinion, but again, to go off a projection here, we're not going to pick a team that didn't finish in the top 25 last year. We're not going to give them an 80% chance to beat a conference opponent. That's just not the way these projections work, even though I might personally think that, yeah, they've got an 80 or 90% chance to win some of these games. Again, very conservative approach when we do these projections. Keep that in mind when you get the total here in just a second. Remember all the close games North Carolina had last year. It could be very well the same this year. They might beat Georgia Tech, Duke, Boston College, NC State, but maybe some of those games will be really close. It's hard to say right now. And then the rest of the schedule for North Carolina, talk about close games. We've got 6 50-50 games on this schedule. UCF on the road, that is going to be a great game. I think that was actually our number 1 game before the first full Saturday of the college football season. That's going to be a great game. Auburn and Atlanta. I would favor Auburn a little bit in this game, but I think it's close enough we can call that a 50-50 game. Virginia Tech, those I think will be big games. Miami on the road will be a big game. Pittsburgh, when you talk about that Coastal Division, to me, it's North Carolina, it's Virginia Tech, Miami, Pittsburgh. Those are the 5 teams that have a shot. Duke, I don't really think is quite in the running. Georgia Tech's not there yet, but those 5 teams, I'm telling you, this division is wide open. I've said Virginia Tech, North Carolina, and Miami might be the favorites, but you can't count out Virginia and Pitt. I think they're all kind of in that same category, and that's why you have so many 50-50 games here for North Carolina. So the projected record for this team is actually 7-5. I realize there is not one single game on this schedule that has them as an underdog with our projections. But again, when you average it all out, that's how it comes out. 7-5 for North Carolina. The good news is if they take care of business and they win all the games that they're supposed to win, and then they can win those 50-50 games, they have a chance to have a magical season. I really think this team has the potential to have one of those 10-11 type win seasons. But they could also lose some of those close games. Last year, that's kind of what happened. They were close to having a breakout year. I mean, it was a breakout year, but they were close to winning 9 or 10 games last year with all those close losses. If they can win those games this year, again, they can turn this thing around. Or if they split those games, it could be more like a 7-5 season. So that's the projection for North Carolina. Again, a very conservative approach to these projections is how we do this, because we're not going to just go through and give you our predictions, because that would kind of eliminate the need for our prediction videos. So it's just a projection based off of really the strength of schedule, and North Carolina does come out to be 7-5. What do you guys think about the Tar Heels? I'm thinking most people are going to be higher than 7-5. As of now, I mean, I haven't done my official predictions, but I'm probably going to have them higher than 7-5. I'll go ahead and tell you that. It's just a matter of how much higher. But again, with these numbers, just these averages, they do come out to 7-5. Your thoughts again down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports YouTube channel.